Welcome to Simple and Clean, a Kingdom Hearts podcast. I'm Mischa Stanton.
And I'm Mayanna Berrin.
Today, we have an incredible guest with us.
Wow.
Yeah, it's you.
Hi, guys, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
Oh, Michael Mouse in the studio.
How's it going?
Did somebody say the door to darkness?
Go ahead and tell the people who you are.
Hi, folks. I'm Caldwell Tanner from NADPOD and other fun things online. It's so great to be here to talk about the light that dwells within all of us.
Yes, yes.
Yes, but specifically the light that shines behind the paper you use to animate on.
The animation cells.
Yeah.
The animation cells. There you go.
The light box within us all.
The light box within us all. Thank you. God, we got there.
Did it.
Oh my God, we landed that plane.
It was sweaty, but you know what? So was the thing that we watched.
Yeah, a little bit.
That thing that did exist. Tell me a little bit about Kingdom Hearts journey for you. Like,
Great. Oh, fun. I guess.
how did it come into your life?
Yeah.
So I think I was a bit of a late Kingdom Hearts fan. I guess late relatively though, because like I played it in college.
Oh, okay. This is a newer development because we've had high school, we've had middle school, college.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
I think that my roommate had a PS2, so I think that, and I never played it, but like I knew about it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I got to get in on this.
Yeah.
I think I just like never got around to it, but then my roommate had Kingdom Hearts, so I played it there, and then like very quickly from that went into Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay.
Because I think it was like, when did Kingdom Hearts 2 come out? It might have been
2005, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. We are
know this.
so Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts killed at this point.
I'll double check to make sure I'm not wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
No, you got it.
All right,
No, you
there
knew it
go.
off the top of your head. You're great.
Okay, yeah, so this checks out because I would have played the first one and the second one came out like right when I was like starting college, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
And then so it's just like, well, of course I got to play this.
Yeah, hop right in
And
there.
I feel like there's you know much more than I do about like the eras of Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Because like things get in the weeds and then they get further in the weeds.
Yes, they do.
And then they attempt to like weed the weeds.
They try. They really tried. Their most recent attempt was, okay, Kingdom Hearts 3 is out. Let's put a bunch of movies length recaps of all these relevant side games in the start menu, and that'll solve it. I think that'll solve it.
And then everyone will know everything we've been saying.
Folks, there's no weeding that Radiant Garden.
Oh,
Because it's
got
like a
'em.
mess. But anyway, I feel like you get to Kingdom Hearts 2 and like everyone is so amped.
Yes.
It's like, because it like the story hasn't gone fully crazy yet.
No.
They've introduced just enough stuff for people to get excited about. Like the fan fiction is popping off. It's fan fiction already because it's just mixing Disney properties.
Right, exactly, yeah.
But then you get the Organization 13 in there and just like everyone's imaginations are firing on all cylinders.
And like Riku's a little older, Kairi's a little older. The love triangles are triangulating.
Yes,
you know,
it's all
there's
happening.
so much rich text there.
And then
Yeah.
nothing for what, like 10 years. I
Well,
think.
there was like, you know what we should do? Prequels.
Right.
You know what we should do? A lot of prequels on
Right.
mobile consoles only.
Yeah, you guys have cell phones that are only made in Japan, right?
Yeah.
You're good.
Of course.
With plot relevant lore, with like deeply important lore.
Am I misremembering that Chain of Memories came out on a cell phone first?
So Game Boy Advance.
Okay,
It
wow.
was like Kingdom Hearts, Chain of Memories on the Game Boy Advance, Kingdom Hearts 2. And then they did like Kingdom Hearts on mobile in Japan.
Yep.
Sure.
And then they did 358 and Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance and
Right.
then the Key game.
Yeah, and
Dark...
then there was some old ass prequels, and they are 2D and they are chibi.
Wow.
And they are,
MMO
there's an
style.
MMO.
Yep.
There's a full MMO?
There's
Yeah,
a full
it's-
MMO.
Well, if you
only in
call
Japan.
2D chibi,
Right,
full
okay.
MMO.
So, to get back to my journey,
Please,
I
yes.
played Kingdom Hearts 2, fucking loved it.
Yes.
It's a tremendous game. The ending where you're like flying around and you and Riku are beating up
Zemnis.
Zim.
You mean Darth Vader? Sorry, Zemnis.
Yeah,
Zemnis.
yeah,
Zemnis.
And Zemnis has got that zebra coat.
It's the craziest.
But it works.
It works for
It works
him.
within the
It
context.
freaking works. We're in the Death Star. It's
Yeah.
all white, spooky spaceship. He's in a black and white outfit.
It
My best
kicks
friend is here.
Ass.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments in any video game is like it's a death mechanic I've never seen like replicated properly.
Yes.
It's like when you die
Yep.
and then like there's like a random chance that Mickey
Mickey
will
Mouse
save
will
you.
roll up.
And it just no, it's what everyone wants in
Yes.
their
Yeah.
life is for Mickey to save them.
It's crazy that people who are playing the Disney video game would want to play as Disney's guy.
My boy!
But then it's like on like there's some sort of like random dice roll baked into it because it doesn't happen every time.
It doesn't happen every time. It's like
Just when you need it most.
Right, yeah. Usually like boss fights, I think, is where. Yeah.
When you feel it in your heart, when the light within you is worthy, then King Mickey will
when
come
the door
and
to
save you.
darkness is about to open.
There you go.
Yeah, and you're at your lowest moment.
What I wouldn't give for Michael Mouse to have rolled up when I was fighting Riku in Kingdom Hearts 1. Oh my God. I was like, just give me one more shot. Don't make me go back and do all those bars of health again.
I wish that he could just show up like in moments in my life when it's just like, I've got to buy a car and I'm not prepared for that because like, the dealership, it's going to be tough.
I see you're trying to submit your taxes. Do you want help?
I would love Mickey Mouse to handle my taxes.
Mickey,
for
what do
me.
I declare? I don't know what to declare.
It's got to be deductible.
Wow, thank you, Mickey.
So you played Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, and you took that into your soul.
Yes,
and
then
moved through the world.
No, so then I tried to embark. I tried to fully embark. I got Chain of Memories on an emulator on my computer.
That's what Mischa did.
That's how I played. That was my first Kingdom Hearts game. Was Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories on an emulator?
And I mean, like the pixels are very great. The card system is, trying something.
We really did swings. We really did do some swings.
Yeah.
Yep.
People went for it back then.
They really did.
For like a big franchise to come out with something like so experimental is very cool.
Absolutely.
And I remember I played a lot of it, but I think it was definitely not designed to be played on a keyboard.
Yeah.
So I was having a little trouble with it, and then I think that's kind of like when my interest petered off as far as like playing the actual game.
Sure.
So then I just became like a Wikipedia warrior.
Just the love.
Yes.
Yeah, the love inside.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, Wikipedia warrior.
And then like every, I want to say 4 months or so, be like, what's going on in Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
Take a little dive. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so so you've sort of kept up with like the updates here and there.
Vaguely.
Do you have any like burning Kingdom Hearts questions still in your soul?
Okay, I mean, I'm not even going to get into like timeline stuff.
No.
Sure.
Like, I know people got Norded. I remember learning about people getting Norded.
Yes.
And then there was the additional step where like, because I think what happens is like they keep coming out with these games. So like, fuck, I guess I got to catch up.
Yeah.
And you'll go because they'll release like a trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yes.
And Sora's like in Shibuya, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing there?
Yep.
Why do you have an apartment, Sora?
Okay. Excellent. Well, as far as burning questions are concerned, you seem to have caught up to the rest of us, so that's really good.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So yes, I think like to bring it back around to what we're discussing today, I felt it. I felt what everyone felt in this time. America had Kingdom Hearts fever.
Yeah.
And we wanted more. And we wanted any extension of the franchise we could get our grubby little hands on.
Yeah.
So to find out later that they were trying to provide this for us, that the good people at Disney Television Animation were like trying to give us this, but they were thwarted, whether internally or by just the fates themselves.
The forces of darkness, for sure.
Exactly.
Yep.
So thwarted or Norded?
They got good question.
So so today we are going to talk about the Kingdom Hearts animatic pilot that was produced internally so that Disney might decide whether or not to make a Kingdom Hearts animated series.
For Disney Channel. At its peak, presumably. Like,
Right.
Yeah, they were really riding high. I pulled some other like contemporaneous cartoon series that Disney was working on at the time.
Oh, okay.
It was like Kim Possible era. It was the Proud Family era.
Yeah.
It was the era of like Lilo and Stitch, the animated series,
which I watched religiously.
Me too. And I feel like the procedural nature of that one would have lent itself really to like what Kingdom Hearts would have tried to do.
Yeah. I mean, when was House of Mouse?
That was the last one on my list. The other one that came out around this time was House of Mouse.
And I love House of Mouse.
And in particular because it's also a crossover of every Disney property.
Yes.
They were really in their like put everything in one pot era.
Yes.
Yeah, they already had the model sheets ready
Seriously.
to go for this.
Yeah, the princesses were all rolling through.
Yeah.
The Pete's there. We could have seeded some stuff. We could have like Easter egged for Kingdom Hearts 2 for some cross promo. What do they go? Vertical integration. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Synergy.
It's tingling.
Yeah. So another reason we wanted to talk to you about this is because you work in animation.
Yes. I was actually, I worked at Disney Television Animation for a bit.
Amazing.
Yeah. I worked on a show called Big City Greens.
Oh my God.
If you're a child, you've heard of it. If you're an adult, you've seen it on an
I'm
airplane.
familiar.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm familiar with the work. Incredible.
But yeah, so like I remember very specifically, one of my friends, Amber, is a huge Kingdom Hearts fan, and I think this was like, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember like the timeline of this because I can't remember when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, but I knew that like it was coming. There had like been announcements, so we like knew it was in the ether.
It was like 2018 or 2019.
Oh, just before the pandemic.
Right, it was right before. I remember because I was working in an office at the time it came out because I was sick.
Wow.
I was sick for a week and I got close to finishing it.
Yeah.
What did we unleash?
I know.
But I remember Amber rushing in and saying like, look what I found deep on the servers.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so it was,
And we all like gathered around and watched it. And I think it's like, obviously it's very funny because
Right.
like the funniest thing I think is just like the discrepancy of the like American animation faces
Yes.
plastered onto these anime characters.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to talk about
They
that
put
tonight.
a lot of Western sauce on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like there's already like that contradiction in the designs.
Of course.
Because they've got the like, Yusora has the big Disney boots and everything.
But he's got the Namura clothes.
Yes.
Which is like I think about when we talk about like overly designed characters, like when someone's like, here's my D&D OC, and it's like all this stuff where I'm like, this model sheet would be garbage. Like there's way too many little pieces on
Yeah,
here.
I mean, like that's raw. You've got like 7 swords, but your build says you can.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
like 30 belts?
We can't move these belts. I don't want to individually animate all these belts.
I'm so sorry. The belts are non-negotiable.
Namura, get out of here. Get out of here right now. Take your designer jackets with you. Jesus.
The Decima engine is required to run these belts.
Yes. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of basics if you've never seen or heard of this thing before.
Yes, please.
This was produced in September of 2003. Wow. There's a timestamp on the copy I have that literally says September 30th, 2003.
So
stamped
like
right on it.
literally a year-ish after the first game came out.
We're like hot on the heels of Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah.
They're seeing it blow up beyond hopefully their wildest dreams. And they're like,
yeah.
we gotta
Yeah.
monetize this. It is 11 minutes long, so it's half of your half-hour block.
Yeah,
Sure.
so you'd be, if you were to release this, it would have presumably been in a block with another episode added to it to make it like
Yeah.
a 22.
You're getting back to back.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. With a commercial break. Yeah, exactly.
And even though like this is the first one produced, it sounds like I read a couple of interviews with the director of the series, Seth
wow.
Kearsley. It sounds like the mandate was sort of like when you're producing a pilot for Disney, they want you to make episode 7. Like it can't be an origin.
No.
It has to be typical, but it does have to sum up everything that you need to know about the series too.
When I worked on Big City Greens, there was like a pilot animatic that was produced, and then like the studio made them do it like an additional pilot.
Yeah.
Because the one that they had produced was like a little too like in medias res, and they kind of like wanted like one that would be like they kind of wanted the option of having one that like started like right at the beginning as well.
Sets up the family and how they got to the city and all that. Yeah.
So I think like they kind of flip flop on it a little bit. Sometimes they want it like right in the middle, and sometimes they want like right at the beginning.
I feel like it varies. I feel like if you come in with the episode 5, they want the episode 1, but if you come in with the episode 1, they want the episode 5.
Clearly, you've worked with execs before.
I've worked I did the Nickelodeon writing program.
Yeah. My dream, talking about cartoons with two people who work in the animation industry. We did it, Joe.
The amount of pilots where I would like write it and then my friend would be like, cool, they're going to ask what else you got. And I'm like, but I've been working on this one for so long.
I also did something for the Nickelodeon writing.
Oh my God,
back
what
in
did
the
you
day.
do?
I did a show about kid genies called Wish Fits.
Oh my
It never went
God.
anywhere, so I think I can talk about
That's
it.
amazing.
That's really cool.
Oh, delightful.
Yeah, so this is an animatic. It's like not a full episode of a cartoon. It's really just like key poses and storyboards. This is a part of like the pipeline I'm not very familiar with.
This is like real stress testy stuff because like I also do voice acting and sometimes I'll get an audition for something where it's like a test pilot where the show has not been greenlit but they want to try and give it the best shot that they can.
Yeah.
So they want to do it out like, hey, we're gonna do it like a real episode and see if it's if the juice is worth the squeeze, whatever.
Yeah, this one has full voice acting and sound effects in it, but it doesn't have like final animation or like in between frames.
Yeah,
It's
no.
full color though.
It is
that's
full
interesting.
color.
Is that not typical?
Usually it's just, I mean, it's
a
just
more time.
storyboards that are like pasted together in black and white with like maybe occasional rendered scenes.
Yeah, I imagine it was probably because, like, I mean, it's such a vibrant world, and like, I think it would also feel really busy. I think if it was in black and white,
Yes.
to try and get somebody to want to buy it, I think they probably
fair.
wanted to wow them as much as they could. I don't know.
That is true.
Well, and I suppose like I mean, there was obviously still some process, but like in a certain way, like the color palettes were already picked for them, so they could sort of like emulate a style.
That is true.
That's true.
There's something so funny at the end of this because it is full color and they do have like the references to pull from, but then they just like paste the anime versions of the characters.
Yes, they
like,
do.
at the very end over narration, and it's like, don't show me that. Don't show me the good character designs.
I almost forgot what they looked like.
Yeah.
I'm
was
looking at
with
these
you.
like Phineas and Ferb version of these characters this whole time, and then you show me like what they're supposed to look like.
I know, man. But they did strive for authenticity like as much as possible. They got most of the voice cast back.
Yeah.
So
they're
like,
on the Rolodex already. That's where they got them from.
that's true, but so David Gallagher's back as Riku, Hayden Panettiere as Kairi. I mean, Jafar's voice actor is fully in it. Maleficent's voice actor fully in it. I mean, Donald and Goofy are classically there.
Yeah, they got him on speed dial, baby.
The only person they didn't get back was the voice of Sora, which I thought was a little interesting. I guess Haley Joel Osment.
That was probably his peak fame time, I imagine.
But it's also like, I think his voice dropped from puberty right after Kingdom Hearts 1
I
was
think
done.
that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's true.
So I think they really wanted to like bring that boyishness that Sora has in Kingdom Hearts 1 to the show.
Yeah.
The person they got to do it was an actor named Bobby Edner, who plays Vaughn in Final Fantasy 12.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
good
Bosch
for
von
him.
Ronsenberg.
So, like, he was already in the Disney pool. He played a
you
bunch of, people in Disney things, and also he was in the Square Enix pool. They just grabbed him.
Wow.
But they did try to, like, really emulate things. And then we get to the drawing style of the human characters.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, even in this animatic, like, Donald and Goofy and Jafar and Maleficent, those are all locked in. In fact, like, I think Goofy is more goofy in this animatic than he is in the video game.
Yes, I agree.
Like with his writing, like they give him a little more slapstick to do. Like he's like slightly less competent in a way that doesn't threaten his physical safety.
It just makes me wish that there was a Goofy video game where like there was like slapstick mechanics in place where it's like you try to do one thing, but like you're actually going to slip out on a banana peel, and there's like a pinball multiplier that happens because of that.
Octodad.
Oh,
but
yes.
Goofy. But Goofy's there. Octodad, but Goofy's there.
Some would say that Octodad, Goofy is a dad as well.
He is.
So it's already
that man is a
skinnable.
father.
That man is a father.
He fucked.
He did. He had sex with canonically at least one woman. Oh, man. But like, the other thing that's interesting is the writing of Kingdom Hearts 1 was handled in Japan by Square Enix.
Right.
The writing for this was presumably handled internally by people who work at Disney.
Right.
So
People who
those locked in.
Yeah, people who are constantly writing for Goofy and Donald.
Exactly.
Right, especially House of Mouse era.
So that's like they're at home right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they had to kind of come back around on these anime
Children.
stylings. You know, like what I saw when I see Sora and Riku's face in this is I'm actually seeing like the faces from like the Aladdin TV show.
Yes.
And like all of those kind of like it's very much the Disney spin-off in-house style.
Yes.
Totally.
But it is not an anime style, which their faces want to be.
Yes, they long for the anime.
The children yearn for the anime.
It is just like the contradiction. It's also like from an era where I feel like everyone working in animation like hadn't had weed poisoning yet.
No, not yet. No.
Right. Because like
too
everyone
early.
I worked with at Disney, which is like obviously we all like were anime pilled.
Right.
And like, it was honestly we had to like train ourselves not to try
Right,
anime
yeah.
style.
But this is being worked on in like 2003.
Yeah.
And like anime wasn't a thing yet in America.
If anything, the artists working on that show are like, my kid won't talk to me. He's into some weird shit.
Right.
Like,
It's like, I just heard of, have y'all, then they go into work and like, I'm going to draw Goofy 1,000 more times. Have y'all heard of this Cowboy Bebop?
I don't like the jazz music.
Right? Like Cowboy Bebop just started airing in September 2001.
Yeah.
And like
Wow.
Spirited Away was 2001.
And
We're right on the edge
We're
of
on the
anime
cusp.
being a thing.
And I believe one of the scriptwriters for Cowboy Bebop was one of the scenario writers for Kingdom Hearts 1.
Whoa.
I believe that's true. I'll double check that.
shit.
But
If
yeah.
only they could have gotten the jazz.
I know.
Oh, man.
So I guess like if this were to have gone forward,
Yes.
the complexity on it from an animation standpoint, I feel like that was probably a big consideration in why they wouldn't want to greenlight it.
Totally. And like they made this mistake later on because I remember I was visiting my friend who worked at DTVA and they had a show there called Pin Zero, I believe,
okay.
which was from that like kind of era where they were doing a lot of like the 2D puppeted shows where they had like rigs, you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But like the premise of that show, I believe, was like it was like a dimensional hopping sort sort of show where like the main character was like going from like world to world.
Sounds very familiar to me, I would say.
And it's maybe they borrowed some of the DNA there.
Probably. They're like, well, we'll use this for this other thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do think that like that's probably the reason why that show was only 1 or 2 seasons and why they didn't make Kingdom Hearts, because it's just like you have to just do so much set design.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. To just hop to all those places. And also like thinking about something like Kim Possible or like The Proud Family or even like House of Mouse, that's still on the more stylized side of things.
Yeah.
Super flat on purpose. And it feels right to be that way. And to translate something as spiky as Kingdom Hearts to a 2D flat style, which I presume was easier to produce and just faster because everyone was doing it. I just think that there's probably just a lot of problems, like just technically, that they're like, we don't want to deal with all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, even like the few designs that you see, like the backgrounds you see like in the show and this animatic, they're like gorgeous.
They're beautiful.
Well, some of them are screenshots from Aladdin.
from the movie. Well, yeah.
and those are gorgeous.
They're gorgeous. I wonder if there would have been any synergy or efficiency at all in being like, look, we have the cells.
Yeah.
Can't we just take them?
I think like just fucking Space Ghost it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think they could have done this, if not on the cheap, on the sly, you
Right?
know?
Yeah.
I feel like you really could have like done some fun reuse.
Or even a draw over or something.
Totally.
But yeah, it could have been really fun to just take the animation cells from all these years, of history.
Yeah.
Like have the original Alice in Wonderland stuff in there.
I mean,
It would be so sick.
it would be great. Hopefully it would save a lot of time, especially because there was sort of a bifurcated process planned for this series. I have quotes.
Oh my God. I want to hear every quote.
So the guy I'm going to be quoting is Seth Kearsley. He directed the animatic. He also directed the film 8 Crazy Nights.
Oh my God. That makes so much sense. I don't know why it makes sense, but it does. It does.
Yeah.
So he worked on this in 2003. It didn't go forward for whatever reason. In 2019, before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, he did an AMA on Reddit, which is where a lot of these quotes are going to be coming
Hell
from.
yeah, Seth.
And then he was sort of hoping that like the conversation would get restarted with
to
Kingdom Hearts
reignite
3.
the interest.
It didn't quite. I'm sure it did internally, but it again never went anywhere, and he wasn't working in there by then.
Well, again, all of the lore is coming from cell phone games. So
Right.
You don't need the animated
Well,
series.
so he's the one who released the animatic in 2022.
Oh.
He said
Iconic.
he's the one who said like it's been 20 years.
Yeah.
They're obviously not moving forward. He's gone on record saying like, after all this time, I just felt really strongly about it. I just wanted to show my work for once.
Yeah.
Now, I saw some sources that says that he made this decision right after a near fatal car accident.
Whoa.
That like might have changed his perspective. I couldn't confirm that, but I
Mickey
did see
came to
around.
him in a vision.
Right, exactly. Mickey came to him on the road to Damascus and said, "Thou shalt must release Kingdom Hearts anime."
I will say
The
this.
Keyblade of Damocles was dangling over.
I will say this. I was in I'm fine, obviously. I was in a 7-car pileup like 6 years ago. I was
Wow.
car 5, so it wasn't my fault.
Princesses of Light. Straight
Exactly.
in.
Yeah, truly. Yeah. But I remember I had that moment where like, and it was not, my airbag didn't even deploy, but I like,
Right.
I
Still.
broke really hard and then somebody knocked into me behind me and I like shook a little bit and I was like, I have to break up with my partner. I have to move to a different part of town. I have to change everything.
Yeah.
So imagine you're like, I was proud of that.
Yeah. So the first thing he said is that when it was doing its rounds, he said it tested better than anything else in that round of development. But nevertheless, it didn't go forward, probably due to the concerns you guys are bringing up. He also said, at the time, I thought we would split it up between Disney-style artists and anime-style artists, that we would be as faithful to the game as possible. So they were planning to split the animation task between anime artists and Disney artists.
That would be smart.
He said, now, and this is 2019, he said, now I think I would have an easier time finding artists who could work in both styles,
100%.
but I still think I would work on a style that was unique for the show. You guys have made me aware of the manga style, which looks pretty cool, and we'd probably end up somewhere in that ballpark. So
Hell yeah,
this is the
Seth.
guy who made the show saying if we did it today, it would probably look more like the manga.
Seth knows
Oh,
what's up.
and the manga's got a great style.
It does.
Yeah.
It's a really nice blend of both.
It's very clearly anime, but also very clearly like rounded and kid-friendly.
Yeah.
The manga, I think, honestly characterizes Sora better than the games.
I would agree completely.
Yeah.
I
I've
would
only
agree
read
completely.
1 or 2 volumes of the manga, but it's like Sora's like a little more. What would you call it?
He's a little scamp.
He's a scamp.
Yeah, he's scamp.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's scamp
mischievous.
TM, absolutely.
As of this recording, I just heard like recently this week that they announced the release date for the Kingdom Hearts 3 manga.
Ooh.
It's coming. It's happening.
Wow.
Yes, the English translation.
I'm so excited.
It's so exciting. And I'll say this too. I think that, like, you know, to the adaptation point, I'm a big adaptation freak. I love the idea of taking something from somewhere and putting it somewhere else.
It's a process. It's not just, you can't just copy and paste. Things have to be tailored for the storytelling medium you're working in.
And I think for the manga, I think because they had the game to work off of, they could look at the gaps in Sora's characterization and go like, what could we fill in?
Yeah.
And I think it's stronger for it.
It's also, I feel like, I mean, the show, to its credit, gets that as well a little bit, where it's like Sora is the little brother character who is like forced to lock in.
Yeah.
And has to become like the main character.
Sora is truly the epitome of born to dilly-dally, forced to lock in.
Exactly. Like, you're not getting anything done in shoes that big.
No way. They're just stomping.
The run cycle alone.
Just grade A stomping. Oh my God. Hello, I am recovering from a cold, but I am here once again to thank you so much for listening to Simple and Clean at Kingdom Hearts podcast. If you want to support us more directly, you can do so on Patreon. You can find us on Simple and Clean Pod on Patreon. Just a little reminder that this show is produced exclusively by Mischa and myself, so any support you can show us on Patreon would be greatly appreciated. You can join the $5 final mix tier to get free ad-free versions of the episodes. You can also get the Secret Reports, which is our bonus Patreon exclusive show where we talk about random other things like Final Fantasy games or Dispatch. If you are one of the Patreon members, you are also welcome to recommend things you want to hear us yap about. It's pretty fun over there. If you want to join for free, you can also engage with us via quips and also just be a part of the ever-growing, wonderful community we have brewing over on Patreon. So if you want to be a part of that, please join us over at Simple and Clean Pod on Patreon, and we'll see you over there. Simple and Clean Pod is part of the Multitude Podcast Collective. It is a collective of creatives and experts in all sorts of different things who want to talk about them obsessively into microphones, such as American Medieval. American Medieval is a podcast about the Middle Ages, but with an American twist. Every week, Professor Matthew Gabriel is joined by an expert scholar to talk about either some bit of the medieval world itself or how Americans have, throughout our history, used the Middle Ages to say something about ourselves. If America has never been fully modern, it might be because we've always been a little bit medieval. Check out AmericanMedieval.com for more. New episodes are available every Wednesday. Look for them wherever fine podcasts can be found. Next to those podcasts, like on a lower shelf, is American Medieval. If you've ever played a Kingdom Hearts game, you know that some of those boss fights are really stressful. I'm talking like controller at the wall, heart rate a pumping, looking up the Prima guides, stressful. Which is why we're very hype, but like hype in a chill way, to be sponsored by Cornbread Hemp for this episode. Cornbread Hemp is a family-owned and crowd-funded CBD company based in Kentucky, which is where they grow all their products. Their line is flower-only full spectrum, which means there's no seeds or stems, and the majority of their products are vegan-friendly, including their CBD oils and gummies. If you're new to purchasing or you're just looking for something new to try, there's a really fun quiz on their website that can help you find the right products for your needs and your preferred way to take the edge off. Right now, if you use the code Simple and Clean at checkout, you get 25% off your order at cornbreadhemp.com. That's Simple and Clean at checkout for 25% off at cornbreadhemp.com. Happy vibing!
All right, you guys want to dive in and like actually like cover this thing beat by beat? Could be fun.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, so we start out with narration over the orchestral version of Simple and Clean by the voice actor who plays Jiminy Cricket.
There you go.
He's not identified as Jiminy Cricket anywhere in the
But it's
animatic.
obvious.
But it's obvious.
Yet.
Yeah.
That's the reveal, obviously.
Yes, of course. In the final episode, afto like 8 seasons, it's an old Jiminy Cricket closing the journal and going, now kids.
I've been watching you very closely, Sora.
Yeah. So they sort of give this voiceover of like, there's many worlds and Sora's this kid. And they really speed through the like, Donald and Goofy have been commissioned by Mickey, king of a medieval kingdom, to find this stuff.
Yeah, they really yada, yada, yada over that bit.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, because like, I feel like if you're watching this, this as a kid in like a test audience or something, you're like, well, I want to know more about these worlds, but in the right way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the world we start on is Destiny Islands. There's a shot of Sora and Riku and Kairi hanging out on the beach.
Yep.
Just hanging out.
Sora has the Keyblade?
He's got the Keyblade.
Yeah.
He has it. We don't need to know where he got it from.
They really went for that episode 5 vibe. They're like,
Yeah.
let's go right into the meat and potatoes.
Right, but like the episode 1 of it is Riku being evil and them splitting, and like Riku's just here chilling, and then they also have the Keyblade.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
It's very funny because Riku just has like a wooden sword.
Yeah.
And they're like they're training on the beach,
Yeah.
and then out of nowhere,
Out of nowhere.
out of absolutely nowhere, Heartless are everywhere.
And the dark side Heartless is there.
Yep. Riku's jumping in with his wooden sword. Kairi's jumping in. She's just putting the boot in
throwing
him.
hands.
She's just kicking and punching.
Unarmed strikes for days.
Absolutely. Sora gets cornered by the dark side, broken off onto that platform. He bears down on him, and he wakes up in his bunk in the gummy ship.
Yeah.
It's like
yes.
Alien 2.
I was gonna say I don't know if I realized that the gummy ship had bunks.
Oh, I mean, ooh. Well, we
It's
never see the
modular.
interior,
Yeah.
really.
That's true. They put in bunks in the garage simulator.
You build the bunks.
It's like, and that, so we've talked a lot
Yes.
recently about the gummy ship and the creator. Imagine now, Mayanna, that you also, like the Sims, like
The
you had to
Animal
put in a
Crossing,
bathroom and a
yeah.
bedroom.
Wow.
Like it was required.
I think I would have actually enjoyed that more. Oh yeah, like I want to unlock Sora's bedroom DLC where it's like little blocks from his room and the little ship in the corner and his little bed, and it's like it's
Right.
just like home but away.
You have to run a bed and breakfast from the gummy ship, and after 400 in-game days, there will be a lore drop about the Keyblades and the Keyblade War.
I would pay money for that.
I would
Unfortunately,
not play that game. Like I wouldn't.
You're right, yeah.
I'd be
As
like,
I
hey,
said
what
it.
console's it on? What console's it on? Is it on a phone I can use?
It's
Great.
on the Wonder Swan, actually.
Wow. So while Sora's on the gummy ship traveling through space, we cut to Riku in Hollow Bastion, like kneeling before Maleficent, next to Jafar.
Yeah.
So funny.
And it's just so, like Riku's got a weird face I'm still getting used to.
Yeah.
And Maleficent, I think her model has changed like a little bit just to make her like slightly more imposing
Yeah.
as opposed to House of Mouse, let's say.
Well,
Sure.
also say like because her design is so like the Sleeping Beauty art style is super specific onto itself.
Yeah.
and so I think moving away from that into something that's easier to draw,
Yeah.
is
Right.
I support it.
But Jafar is like immediately Jafar.
Just 1-to-1.
It's really like they copied the cell in.
Yeah.
And they got the guy, and he's like, he comes in, he's like, well, if you want to control the darkness, there's this magic lamp, and you could wish for it. And Maleficent's like, cool, see ya, and yeets him right out the door. It's
so funny.
There's a moment where you can see it on his face, he feels the telekinetic tug, and then he just shoots backwards through a door.
It's like there's like limited animation in this animatic.
Right.
They clearly are just like tweening him back. So it's just a scale tween of him going, ah!
And that's our clue that this is going to be an Agrabah episode, I guess. I
Yes.
imagine that they
yeah.
would have brought in different villains to talk to Maleficent and Riku before the next episode about
Totally.
different worlds. But also, that's all we see of Jafar in this episode. He's gone.
I have a theory too that they probably picked Agrabah as the pilot like episode world because like, well, we have the animated series of Aladdin and people liked that, so
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. And because the face style was so similar. But Aladdin, the animated series, was like late 90s.
it was late 90s, but I think for internally, if they're like, well, what have we done animated series of that did well?
Yeah.
Like for the test audiences? Because it's either that or the Hercules animated series.
Or the Little Mermaid one.
Or the Little Mermaid one.
And baby, you got a Kingdom Hearts going.
I know. We're firing
Again,
on all cylinders.
I don't know what they were thinking. There was cells just stacked.
I know.
Just so much background art ready
And
to
we're-
go.
oh my God,
We're
ready.
in Burbank, the media archiving capital of the world. We could have made it
We
happen.
got it.
The cake was baked.
So we come back to Sora and Goofy in the ship. They're hovering towards Agrabah, their next destination. Sora's concerned. He's very much like, I'm just here to look for Riku and Kairi. I don't know about all this chosen hero stuff.
Yeah.
And Goofy comes in and like takes him by the shoulder.
Sets him straight.
Because that man's a father. And he says, there's a hero inside all of us. We just have to find it.
Oh my God.
42.
Well, the cutaway to Goofy's face in the animatic, like, that's the most Goofy drawing
Yeah.
I've ever seen anyone do.
Absolutely.
Again, they capture Goofy and more. You're
Yeah.
getting a side of Goofy because, I mean, you're getting Goofy movie Goofy.
Yes.
Yeah, which is like, I think, definitive. Like
Yes.
it's the extra layer and coloring of Goofy that we needed, that we craved.
The characterization.
He gives him this beautiful moment, which is sort of like the thesis of the episode, right? There's that, it's like, we can all be a hero, you just have to find it within yourself. And Sora goes, okay, man, let's go.
After he says, but I'm just a kid.
Yeah. Wow, that was good.
So I was transported.
Yeah, you should have got you instead of Haley Joel
Yeah.
Osment, of course. And, he's like, all right, I guess we'll go to Agrabah. Take us in. And then they press a Mickey Mouse-shaped button on the console that says land, which I love.
That's great. Honestly, comedy gold.
And then-
10 out of 10 joke.
And then the camera pulls out to the wide shot, and it's space, and you see the planet of Agrabah, and then the ship just drops out of frame.
So funny.
But that's like, it's not the anime humor that the game leans on. This
Right.
is Disney house humor.
That's some
Right.
Disney internal ha-ha-hee-hees.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like, you're right. It's just very clear that like, whereas the game has Disney stuff but was made by Square Enix, like this is Disney's house style.
I agree. And I'll say this, when Kingdom Hearts 1 specifically tries to do Disney style humor, like there's a part where Leon runs through a door and the door squishes Donald and then the door moves away and like flat 3D Donald but flat. And you're like, good try.
I even feel like that is leaning more on anime tropes
You
where
think
like
so?
Donald is one. Yeah. I did this project in college where I delved into like the origins of anime through no theater in Japan. And no theater is
yes.
a form of art that is so ritualistically codified. Every facial expression, every minute movement has a storytelling meaning. And that transferred through the years to anime, which is why there's like so many anime tropes.
Shorthand, yeah.
Yeah, the short, like all of the different
The
facial
angry
expressions.
vein line,
Yes.
the teardrop.
All of that
Yeah.
comes from like the strict codification of the art that came from no theater and
Okay,
through
pop
Japanese
off.
storytelling tradition.
Okay.
There you go.
And so I feel like in Kingdom Hearts, the video game, it's those anime tropes, those anime expressions, that anime codification, and Donald Duck happens to be the model that they apply them to. Whereas in this, it feels more like Disney slapstick with the characters from the anime game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to know. I don't
It
know.
is super interesting.
I mean, this is the whole thesis of your podcast, but like, what a beautiful thing to exist.
Right?
What
Yeah.
a great, just a world of contrast that should not be. And
Truly.
yet here they are.
A miracle. It truly,
Exactly.
like, every movie's a miracle. Every piece of art is a miracle. This one is a unique kind of, like, it's the human spirit.
Yeah.
It really is.
And to see like yet another shard.
Oh my
of
God.
This, another facet of this crystal.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and one that deepens the tie, right? Because just looking at the video game, you could be like, Square Enix really wanted to do this and Disney let them.
Right.
But here, Disney's putting their whole force behind the thing, so
Right.
they're both meeting in the middle.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, back to Agrabah.
Yeah, back to Agrabah. They're looking through the market for Riku and Kairi. Goofy opens up a pot and doesn't see Riku or Kairi in there.
Some real unpleasant screaming happening in this part. Because I think like Sora's like, okay guys, let's try and be subtle. And then they're like, Kairi! Riku!
Sora, a guy known for his subtlety.
Yeah.
That's another thing that's interesting is that like Sora's a little more internal, a little more conflicted, a little less of his like bright bubbly self in this as opposed to the video game.
Right.
They did change some character things around. I don't think it was bad.
No, it definitely leans more into this idea of like them veering into the way that they know Donald and Goofy to be.
Yes.
Right.
Which is they're like, well, they're too dumb to do anything useful. So Sora, by extension, needs to be the vessel of usefulness.
Right.
Versus in Japan, where they know better, where they're like, nah, let Goofy be weirdly wise. Let Goofy be the one who's like, she seems sad. And everyone goes, that's dumb. What do you mean? And then she's the exact person you need to talk to. Yeah.
Exactly.
Again, not to bring it back to Goofy's dead wife, but I do think that like because he's experienced that like emotional low, like the fact that he can smile and be so
Yes.
cheerful and happy and goofy despite that.
That's an anime protagonist.
Yeah.
That's a legit anime protagonist ethos right there.
Exactly. And like
Yes.
that's why Sora can soar, because he
Yes.
has Goofy under his wing.
That's so real and
Right.
good and true.
Yeah.
Anyway, Agrabah.
Anyway,
Agrabah.
so he's looking in this pot. Riku and Kairi not in there, but the pot comes to life because it's a Heartless.
Yeah.
And then we get our first fight sequence.
Fun.
The combat, like the violence is not without stakes, but it's very much cartoon violence.
100%.
But with sort of the like modern cinematography of like an anime fight scene that you see. Like it's way more, I feel like if you watch like a Kim Possible episode, it's probably much more flat. But there's like a lot of like, you know, the Keyblade is coming like forward into the screen a lot. There's a lot of like, you know, like camera moves in this.
Yeah, a lot of like motion to convey heroism.
And also what I would call Kill Bill ass soundtrack in the background.
Yo, the music slaps, actually. It's pretty good.
I wonder if there
intense.
was any, because the Star Wars animated series, that wasn't Disney, right? That like the 2D one, that was Cartoon Network, right?
That was Cartoon Network. That
Yeah.
was
Indie one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking like, because what were the other fight-y 2D shows at that time? And it's like probably like Samurai Jack. Like I think Cartoon
Right.
Network was probably cornering the
Genji
market.
was doing it.
Yeah.
God, what a guy. Shout out to Symbionic Titan, a show only I watched and no one else.
Hey, that's not fair. I watched that one sequence where the girl's twerking.
Yeah, that's the show. The show that really invented drift compatible before there you go. Was cool. They go off in this fight. The music is really great. I love Goofy's combat in this also. It's much less competent than in the video game. It's very much like, ooh, I dropped a penny, drops so that the attack misses.
Great. Comedy gold.
Yeah.
Solid stuff.
They're incorporating Goofy slapstick into the combat, into the mechanics of the thing. A thing we talked about in our Goofy episode that was missing, that like Goofy's not clumsy enough in his combat.
Totally.
Yeah.
It makes me want to like design a subclass for D&D that's like a drunken master, but about like goofs.
Yes.
So we've talked about also, because
Klutz master.
we are cooking up an episode about what the Kingdom Hearts TTRPG could be.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the thing that the concept that I'm the most excited about for it is, for species, there's toons, there's humans, and then there's tumans, which are toon humans. Because there's like Prince Charming or Cinderella.
Or even Sora when compared to photorealistic Jack Sparrow.
There you go, that too. There you go.
Exactly. Or Jeff Bridges.
Yeah. And Jack Headland? What's that guy's name?
Yeah, Garrett Hedlund. It's fine.
Hedlund,
He wasn't in any other movies, unfortunately.
Poor guy.
Yeah. So,
man.
and also during this fight, the Heartless themselves show a little bit more personality. They're still like grunting and groaning like monsters, but also like at one point, one of them like plucks a feather from Donald's tail to mess with them. They're scamps.
They're scamps too. Amazing.
They really like let the Heartless be scamps. Goofy's being a scamp. So Sora really has to come in and like be the one in combat.
Dang.
You know, but
Lock in. Forced to lock in.
But he does, and while he's fighting, he also sees Riku separately also fighting Heartless in the distance. And as opposed to the video game, where Riku's introduction is very like, ooh, something's going on with this guy. Riku comes in and is super chill. He's immediately like, oh my God, Sora, I found you. Oh my God, Riku, I found you. And they hug.
Yeah.
And like, that's what we wanted the whole time.
Yeah,
She's like,
absolutely.
Rico was just like at summer camp? Like, what's
Yeah, he's just like,
Where you been,
so chill. He's actually like, that's the big thing they changed. Is like Riku went from no chill to like some chill.
But we know that he's evil
lying.
because we
Yes.
saw him already, versus when we see him in the game, we don't know yet that
Right.
he's evil until
Right.
after you first re-encounter him.
Although it's unclear like what his motivation is in this animatic pilot, because like he's like working with Maleficent, but still like wants to find Sora.
Yeah, he's like, and the evil power you get from the lamp, that'll help me find my friends, right? And Maleficent just goes, yes, of course. And like, Riku, dog, she's cackling.
I know.
But to be fair to Maleficent, like she cackles and you're like, I buy it. I don't know what your plan is, but like you were just like, you are the mistress of all evil.
Yes.
You know,
I've been watching a lot of Sleeping Beauty because I have young
great.
children, and it's like it's one of my daughter's favorites, and it's like it's so fucking good.
It's so good. It's incredible. And like, I would say for the time that it came out, it was like more on the stylized side of things than other things Disney had done at that time.
Yeah.
It's just, it really rocks.
The backgrounds are so cool. They're like abstract.
hand-painted,
Just all that, like, you know, Mary
geometrics.
Blair art.
Yeah.
But then, like, yeah, Maleficent, she's unlike every other Disney villain. She's just petty as hell.
I know.
She has no actual motivation other than like, I wasn't invited to this party, and now I'm going to ruin these people's lives.
I'm going to make this everyone's problem.
well, and that's just going way back to the original text, baby. That's her motivation
true.
from the get-go.
I love it.
I did lighting design for the Sleeping Beauty ballet in
Oh,
college.
right.
And like every iteration of the story is like, there's a grand ball and they didn't invite Maleficent.
Right. Well, I guess the Wicked Fairy Caraboss.
Yeah, the Wicked Fairy.
Caraboss. Incredible.
Well, when I was doing the ballet, I was calling her Maleficent the whole time in my brain.
Sure.
Well, it's not like there's a script to consult.
Listen, Disney clearly won.
Yeah, they 100 rebrand. Perfect.
We're doing
seriously.
this podcast. They won.
Not like. Hopefully, I'm a little critical of Disney and Square Enix throughout this process. We'll see. Anyway, so Riku and Sora are fighting together, which we had to wait until the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 to get that.
I know.
Here it's in the
Here it
pilot.
is.
It feels good.
It feels good.
They're jovial. They're like taunting each other, but like friendly.
Racia.
Yeah. Sora gets knocked down, and Riku goes to give him a hand back up, and Riku does the hand out pose from the game.
Nice.
I'm like, yeah, dude.
It's just a good
They
time.
put in a thing for us gamers.
Callback time. Easter egg
Finally. Some kibble for the gamers.
Seriously. And then Sora gets back up on his feet, and he pulls this like triple magic move of like fire, ice, lightning.
Yeah.
And I think it would have looked so cool if it wasn't just like some keyframes.
I know.
Like I in my imagination, I'm like, yeah, that would look so cool.
Get James
you're right.
Baxter on the phone. Get him to do the fluid movement.
Oh my god. Especially in the Shiro Amano style.
I know. Imagine. Could you
Give me
imagine?
some Itano Circus on that, you know?
Yes. So they fight and they win, and Riku gets to meet Donald and Goofy for the first time. Goofy goes, "I'm Goofy," and Riku goes, "You sure are."
I mean, if you have the opportunity, you gotta take it.
100%.
No, he was set up so perfectly.
Two people with gloves shaking hands.
Yeah. And then they gotta go to the Cave of Wonders.
There you go.
Because that's obviously where the lamp is. Haven't you seen Aladdin? God.
It's Spaceballs moment. They just watch the VHS.
Yeah, they're like, okay, that's where it is. Got it.
This is where we get the moment that like brings the thematic arc back around, where the Cave of Wonders looks down at Sora and he's like, "You weren't the diamond in the rough I was expecting, but you are one."
Yeah.
And Sora really internalizes that. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm. There is a hero inside me."
Yeah.
Now that is fun too, because like, and it feels extra special that Disney, or people who are working at Disney who understand like the lore of Disney, that can go, how do we bake this in and we do it in this way? Like we can acknowledge that it's like, look, this isn't exactly how it went, but it's not how it could go.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear what Seth Yearsley, director of the show, has to
I
say
would
about it?
love to hear what
Yeah.
Seth says about this.
Does he confirm that Aladdin is dead in this timeline?
No,
Yeah.
they have to save him for the return visit to the world.
There you go.
Of
They need to hold
course.
something.
Oh, of course. That actually, yeah.
Right, he's still rotting in that jail cell.
Right, they
Yeah.
don't even do anything with, like, Jafar's gonna be in it later, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Director Kearsley says, "I wanted to echo the theme of some of the movies that we would be visiting to further interweave the game and the movies. For example, the pilot took place on Agrabah. In Sora's storyline for the episode, he's struggling with the idea of taking on the mantle of hero.
Yes.
I paralleled that with the idea of the diamond in the rough from Aladdin, so he was able to open the Cave of Wonders, because although he wasn't a diamond in the rough the cave was expecting, he was a diamond in the rough nonetheless." So, like, the guy in charge was specifically thinking about that.
Yeah.
About ways to further integrate Sora's narrative with the movies that exist.
I also want to take a moment just to appreciate the lack of cynicism coming from this process. Like, that the people involved did really go, okay, let's look at this thing in all earnestness.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's doing gangbusters. Yeah, we don't really get it, but we're going to get it. And we're going to get it right. And we're going to tie in themes. Yeah.
I mean, that's why Kingdom Hearts works in general.
Absolutely.
There's like no cynicism involved, despite it being like the most cynical cash grab ever made.
Right?
Yeah, it is approached with like such sincerity. It is, some might say, simple and clean in its process.
And I would even wager to say it isn't. Like, on first consideration, I don't think it's as simple of a cash grab. Like, looking at it now in context of how successful it's become, but like at the time, again, the only reason why any of this exists is because two guys were in an elevator together. Yep. Like, and two guys went like, maybe. That's like, this would have never happened any other way. And now we have the proof that it worked. But like, oh my God.
Well, and that also carries over to the animation. I didn't pull this exact quote, but in the same AMA, Kearsley was like, I played the first game and I worked on this and I put my whole heart into it to the point where it didn't go through. I didn't play the other games because I was heartbroken about it. And so in the 2019 AMA, he's like, I have since come back around, and I'm like looking, as this project has come back into the forefront and back into my life, I'm looking at the other games.
A dream is a wish your heart makes.
When you're fast asleep.
So like, this is a guy who like also felt so sincerely for this story that when it failed him, he couldn't bear to look at it for a long time.
Man.
Seth?
Oh,
Yeah.
8 crazy nights?
over 7 days.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's it. Really excellent.
Get Seth on the phone.
Get Sandler in there.
Get him in there.
I don't know who owns the rights to Hotel Transylvania, but like you could probably throw Dracula in there now, right?
Get him in there.
Listen, in Kingdom Hearts 4, unfortunately someone new is going to have to play Iago. Adam Sandler,
Not
pretty
a bad
good choice.
pick. Not a bad pick. Or Hades.
Just let him play them all.
Yeah, replace James Woods.
No, I mean, but Nomura
I know
loves
Nomura
James Woods so
loves
much.
James Woods.
He's like, if James Woods isn't back, Kingdom Hearts 4 is
I don't
canceled.
want it.
James Woods, like the only good thing about James Woods is how much he loves Hades.
Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
that truly. Oh.
Anyway.
Anywho, Diamond in the Rough.
Yeah, so we're back in the Cave of Wonders.
I love it.
We're in that classic chamber with the big stone steps up to the pedestal with the glowing beam of light,
There it is.
from the poster.
Classic poster.
And Riku steps on up there and he grabs the lamp. And that's when the Cave of Wonders gets mad because he's not determined in the rough.
Nope.
Hey, not cool. But rather than start melting and exploding as the Cave of Wonders does in the movie, instead, a portal appears and a giant dark side comes in to fight them.
He's back again.
And
we missed him.
And Sora's like, dude, just drop the lamp. And Riku turns around and is like, oh, this is the power we need. And he loses his chill immediately.
There it is.
It is gone. Like 60-0 on chill. I guess that's why they made him be more chill throughout the rest of the episode. Like,
so that
the
they can
heel
have
turn
this.
was stronger.
Yeah.
Right. Well, because Riku went to summer camp and he danced with a girl for the first time, and they Frenched by the lake.
It really changed him.
And now, like, his just hormones are going crazy.
Those mood swings, man. My goodness.
Oh my God.
He sort of taunts Sora in this moment that, like, if you're not willing to take this power, I guess you're not a hero.
Right.
And that's when Sora locks in.
There he goes.
He goes inside himself, he closes his eyes, and he goes, no, I am a hero. And the kick-ass breakbeat comes back
Yes.
in, and he downs up that Aladdin stairs, keyblade in hand, blowing Heartless away left and right.
Heck yeah, he is.
He gets up those Aladdin steps, he gets the lamp away from Riku. Riku's chill is back. And, Riku's like, man, when I touched that lamp, when I touched that power, something was different. You believe me, right, Sora? Right, Sora? And before Sora can respond, a dark hand grabs him and pulls him through that portal. He never got to say.
Oh.
But we go back to Hollow Bastion, and Lefton says, does he believe you? And Riku goes, yes, my queen.
He's a simp.
It was a plan all along. It was part of the plan
Gaslight.
to look chill. Yeah.
Gaslight gatekeep girl boss, guy boss.
Can the Keyblade unlock the gatekeep?
Oh, yeah, it's 100%.
Wow.
Yep. That's the only thing that can beat the gatekeep.
Think about it.
Share the Kingdom Hearts with the world and no more gatekeeping will happen.
Exactly.
We'll unlock all the gates.
And we close out on a shot of Sora staring out in space on the gummy ship, looking at all the worlds he has yet to look through for Riku and or Kairi.
There it is.
And Jiminy Cricket brings it home that our quest continues next time on Kingdom Hearts.
Man, what could have been?
Seriously.
Now, should it have gone forward?
Yeah.
Do we think it would have made sense for the show to exist?
Should there be a Kingdom Hearts TV show?
Yeah.
I think if this had happened, if there had been a Kingdom Hearts TV show, I think that it would have further expanded acceptance of Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, 100%.
It would have brought more people in.
Yeah.
Although I wonder, like, you end up with this problem a lot of times with, like, animated series like this, where it's just, like, you have to keep your lore consistent with, like, what's happening in the games.
Yes.
Right.
And, like, that becomes, like, really tricky. I mean, there used to be, like, game tie-ins to, like, shows and movies all the time.
I talked about this. I lament the loss of this.
But in those, it's always so clear that, like, the movie or the TV show was the forward property and the video game was supplemental. Whereas
It's like the support property.
Yeah, it's like, and so, like, if that thing gets a couple things wrong, it doesn't matter as much.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Kingdom Hearts, the video game is the forward part, but more people are going to see the TV show, so I feel like there's more
Yes.
pressure to get nothing wrong.
Right.
But I do wonder, would it have been kneecapped by needing to, like, follow the, like, plot lines of the games that will come later?
Yeah.
Just, like,
Yeah.
it just becomes, like, a real production hurdle trying to, like, keep those stories straight.
Well, I agree, which is a problem that anime runs into all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like outpacing the
manga.
release.
And then filler.
So would there have been like Kingdom Hearts filler episodes?
I think so, and
you
I think
know?
that would have been
Yeah.
fun. I think, like... because, I
Dalmatian
mean,
episode. Just do it.
Oh, yeah.
Do a Dalmatian episode.
I think that, like, I mean, you end up with a situation where, like, I think that you were talking about the Stitch animated series.
Yes, yeah.
And, like, the girl Stitch, who has a name.
Angel. Yes.
Like, Angel, you go to Disneyland and, like, half of the merch there is Angel.
It's Angel, and I love Angel, and she's in maybe 2 episodes of the entire show.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about her power, sorry, I'm going to do this for just like a second.
This is how a Lilo and Stitch series
Lilo
podcast?
and Stitch, like, their whole thing is like, we're going to convert the cousins into being good. Angel's power is she can revert any cousin's character development and turn them back to being evil.
Whoa!
Including Stitch.
Even Stitch?
If she chooses to.
But
she's
chooses
in love
not
with
to?
him, or like it's confusing because it's like cousin is kind of like a catch-all term they use.
Oh, do you mean that Angel has the power to manipulate the hearts of her cousins? Sounds like a perfect Kingdom Hearts world. What are we doing here?
I know.
Has Lilo and Stitch been in a Kingdom Hearts game? Okay,
So
really?
Stitch is a summon.
Stitch is a summoning Kingdom Hearts
Right.
2, and then they go to, like, quote-unquote deep space, which is, like, where he's from, in Dream Drop Distance.
Yeah,
Of course.
Where he's
3DS game.
it's during basically just his jailbreak.
Yeah.
Like we never go to Hawaii.
Okay.
It's just on the ship.
I wanna
He's still
go
in
to
his
Hawaii.
red outfit. I know.
It's because Hawaii's way too visually similar to Destiny
Oh,
Islands.
that's
really
for
true.
sure. And also,
Wait, why can't Lilo live on Destiny Islands?
Yeah.
because it's a different planet. But also, I'll say this:
Because Titus is already there.
there you go. True. If Lilo's in Kingdom Hearts, then like yes, we have ancient Greece. Yes, we have ancient China. If we have present day Hawaii, it breaks
2001
like
Hawaii.
crazy.
Although, man, it is a bummer because like that watercolor style
I
looks
know,
so
it's so
cool. I think they could like
beautiful.
nail it. I mean, that was
Oh, yeah.
also one of the fun things about Kingdom Hearts is like they're really good at kind of nailing the different styles.
They emulated so many things. It was incredible.
So, speaking of things they emulated or perhaps didn't emulate, how do we feel like? Do you think the changes made to Sora and Riku's characters specifically are to the benefit of the TV show?
To the TV show, yeah, but
I mean, this is an animatic. This is like a
Right.
rough pilot, so I feel like there probably would have been like script revisions and whatnot. But
Yeah.
I like kind of this tension of like Riku being excited to see his friend again, but clearly like lying.
Yeah.
And like I was curious to know more about like what his motivation is. I'm trying to remember like in the game what his motivation is, other than like just wanting to have more power.
His motivation is kind of similar. It's that like
Yeah.
he's on a quest to find his friends. He got dropped in the lap of Maleficent.
Yeah.
Maleficent tells him like, "Hey, you know what would help you find your friend? Infinite dark power."
right. And he goes, that sounds correct. Well, he also, I think it's like, because Riku's a year older, and
Yeah.
I think that for him, it's this thing of like, I can handle more adult things. I
Yeah.
can be the hero. I can be the badass.
Well, and so, but that character trait is sort of in contrast to the fact that he's way more chill in this animatic.
Yeah.
He's actually like less adult in
No,
this.
yeah, I agree.
So it puts him like they make Sora slightly more adult and Riku slightly less adult, so they both meet in
kind
that
of
kid
feel like
place.
more rival.
Right, yeah. I do that. Yeah, their characters get like watered down a little bit here. But I guess like it's by necessity because like when you are having Sora hang out with Donald and Goofy, like you need some contrast. You need a counterweight there. Like
Yeah.
you can't have like three. I guess I mean you can't have 3 idiots on a show. That's what most television shows are.
That's what this podcast is right now.
Yay!
But I understand like the need to like counterweight that a little bit.
I think so too. And I think that presumably if they're putting on their like, this is what a protagonist of a Disney animated series hat on, I think they probably look at Sora and go like, well, he needs to have a little bit more leading man qualities if he's going to be the focal point in a video game because you're guiding him and you, the player,
because
already
he's literally
relate.
the guy you move around.
Yeah, like you relate and you want him to succeed because he's an extension of you. When you separate that process, you need to have him have a bunch of standalone traits that you identify with through his actions rather than making him do them. So I think like having to make him feel a little bit more in line with like an Aladdin or a Hercules or like, you know.
They sort of put him in the position of like, all I want in the universe is to find my friends and I can't go home until I do, but also like, am I up to the task?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
am I worthy?
They hero's journeyed his ass.
Yeah, because Sora never really. There are points where the game tells him he's not worthy, but one of the most, I would say, iconic things Sora does in the first game is a spooky man in a hood goes like, "You know nothing and you understand nothing," and he goes, "I don't know what you just said, but that's stupid and I disagree with you." Like that's too confident of a protagonist to go on a TV show's worth of arc journey.
Kind of true. Yeah. It's like
I feel like the only person who matches that energy is Monkey D. Luffy, which is all, as previously mentioned, anime wasn't big yet.
Yeah.
It is true. I mean, the classic Square Enix model is like, I feel like Cloud Strife is like the exception almost. Like,
yes.
I think of like Titus, I think of Vaughn, I think of Zidane. And
they're all scamps.
They're scamps.
They're scamps TM. And it's interesting too because Final Fantasy VII, I would say, especially of the mainline console games, it was moodier, and then 8 was moody but more silly, and then 9 was, dark but silly. Like, it started to kind of veer away from how moody and intense Final Fantasy VII was.
Totally.
Yeah, and Kingdom Hearts, I think, was in the vein more of the goofy side of things. Yeah, I think, I guess if this were to happen now, because I looked this up too, Avatar: The Last Airbender came out in 2005.
Yes.
Wow.
Another thing that I saw from Seth Kearsley was we were right before the advent of Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's what we would have done.
Finger on the pulse, absolutely.
And the rise of hamburger anime.
Yeah.
I love that term.
As compared to a spaghetti western, which is westerns made by Italians. Hamburger anime is anime made by Americans.
So it's just a great visual.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But so we were right before hamburger anime started to become a thing.
Yeah.
And I really do feel like this show would have benefited from a studio mirror.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to bring up is there have been rumors of a movie that is currently in development.
Ooh.
Rumors only, nothing confirmed. But I think a movie, I feel like could make sense. Especially with the success of the Mario movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that there's never been, I don't know if you see this on your timeline at all, but Kingdom Hearts is having its moment again.
Really?
There's, I don't know if you've been to the mall recently, but Hot Topic and Box Lunch, there's Kingdom Hearts t-shirts and blind boxes and backpacks and shit. I bought Keyblade earrings for $12 at a store in the mall.
Now, is there, what is the impetus for that? Is it kind of a fresh wave of children discovering Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah, I think it was probably around the release of Kingdom Hearts 3 that because 2 was so well beloved and the fans were waiting for so long that when 3 came out, everybody was joyous, and the people who were outside of it were like, why was everyone so excited for that?
Yeah, what is this thing? I also think it's because a bunch of people in our age group and the age group right above us are now in the corporate side of things where they can make decisions and go oh, I know this thing will sell. Let's make earrings of the Mickey Mouse sword.
Yeah.
And people are like, that sounds crazy. And you're like, trust me on this.
Trust me. But most people, when they're not working, they're on the wiki for Kingdom Hearts and they're just looking at Keyblades.
Every couple months they go back to it, I
just log in to go look at Oathbreaker Keyblade.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
It's fucking rocks.
But I agree that a series runs into that filler episode problem, runs into that outpacing the story. Not so much anymore, but at the time it did.
Yeah.
A movie is interesting because then they can do kind of what movies tend to do when they're adapting things, which is combine some of the source material. You could put, you'd have Kingdom Hearts 1, you could have 2 with 358 in it.
Yeah.
You could have a third movie that includes some of the Birth by Sleep and lead up stuff.
I think it would allow you to have the definitive version of these stories, but also I'll say something, I don't think this is even controversial. This is what Wish should have been.
Oh, the 100th. Yes.
They should have been this is the new way forward. We're honoring all of our properties, but also we're telling a new story that's exciting and more action packed than anything we've done.
Would have been ballsy as hell if they did that.
It also, it works. We have proof that it works.
It does. Yeah.
Well, then that's so interesting. Not to play devil's advocate for the Disney Corporation, but there is part of me that's well, if you're doing Disney 100, you want to celebrate every Disney movie, and some of those movies haven't made it into the game yet, and will that put too much pressure on the developers to do things they weren't planning to do? Because of the synergy of the projects that would introduce complication to it. But you're not wrong.
I think they just feed into each other, though, because then you just be in the next game, we're going to get to see this world we saw in the movie.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth.
Nomura doesn't want to hand power over to the audience like that.
It's true.
Overall, I think that given what we have, given imagine you're in the room to greenlight this animatic that we have, do you think it has legs?
I do.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think that it strengthens everything. I think that it honestly, like, if you have this show running while like the video games are running, I think it honestly like keeps the video games from going into the crazy directions they went.
Yeah.
Because I think that like if you have this like mainline series that like, you know, is out there and performing well, it almost like gives, this is like such a weird thing. I don't know why I'm like fighting for Disney in this way.
Let's go. Let's go.
It gives like the weak little Disney a little more power against the wicked Square Enix to keep the story on the rails.
Yeah. Dang.
I don't know. I think like the balance shifts maybe a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because Disney owns Kingdom Hearts
Right.
in its entirety, and they get to choose how much they want to integrate it into the parks. And what we've seen recently is they are embracing the brand in a way they haven't really previously. They are referencing it more with little Easter eggs. They had like, I guess they have monthly pin drops at Disneyland, and like last month it was Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
They
and they
did-
sold out immediately.
They've done Halloween events at the parks where like Donald and Goofy are dressed up in their Kingdom Hearts outfits.
Whoa.
Yeah, which
You know,
is a
they're
rare
really-
sighting.
And I'll also say this, you know, 2020 hindsight, of course, but if I'm working in animation and I have the benefit of hindsight, but without my love of Kingdom Hearts had it, if this gets greenlit, the quality of combat animation in America takes like a drastic uptick sooner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
clear even from this 11-minute animatic that like they really wanted to make the combat feel exciting and engaging.
Yeah.
And like, you know, other shows would have taken note if Disney had a show that did that. in 2003.
100%. And I'll say this, Seth, like I've seen 8 Crazy Nights. The movement in there is nice and fluid. And I think like with someone like that at the helm, I think when you get that into how do these characters move and how does this feel and flow, I think it would have been quite distinctive. Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. I think it's just like, well, we get it later on, but it's like, it's true. Like, I think you're right. They would have just like jump started the movement earlier.
Yeah. Or they would have had like another thing to kind of compete in an increasingly competitive marketplace at the time with the action stuff that Cartoon Network was doing.
Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
maybe it is good that we don't get the series, because then like I do think like I think you have the opportunity now to like streamline everything.
Yeah,
and
now you have more to have worked
Talk
with.
about the benefits of hindsight.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Because if you have this series, you probably do get like a straight to DVD Kingdom Hearts movie in like
Right.
2011
God.
or something like that. And
Yeah,
then it
it's never
peters
been a better
off.
time to explore it in its entirety.
Right.
Which is literally what we're freaking doing here in the first place.
I know.
Caldwell, thank you so much for joining us to talk
Yes,
about this.
thank
Of
you
course,
so
thank you.
much.
My brain is so hot from thinking about Goofy.
We want to fill out our Jiminy Journal entry on you a little bit. Can you tell us about what you're working on and where we can find you?
Yeah, I do a podcast called Not Another D&D Podcast. It is a D&D podcast where we do actual play and tabletop stuff. It's very fun. Please check it out. You can go to patreon.com/nadpod. That's where
Hell yeah.
we post our show.
Hell yeah.
And all the relevant links.
Fantastic.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back in the future if you're around.
Anytime.
Hell yeah.
Until then, may your heart be your guiding key.
Wow! But I'm just a kid!